streamer in Heart of the Swarm. Both these players in Heart of the Swarm. So yeah, guys, if you want to support them, go for it. coLqxc is also known as the Bandana Man. He created a micro map. Do you think you can micro in StarCraft? A lot of history surrounding this guy, and fantastic to have him on here for this GamersAbyss.com and SC2Links.com show match. And we got Thor back in the house. Most excellent. And guys, if you aren't familiar with GamersAbyss.com, you should be. Go to their website. They've got forums. If you want to play competitive StarCraft, go to GamersAbyss.com. They'll give you the opportunity. Doesn't matter if you are bronze, doesn't matter if you're gold, doesn't matter if you're diamond. These guys are hardcore practicers. They have very active forums. You can ask questions about the game. You'll definitely get better at the game if you go to their website, GamersAbyss.com. And shout out to them. Shout out to their owners. They're fantastic guys. And yeah, who doesn't love people who bring you some of the best StarCraft 2 players in all of the United States of America playing against one another? And if you're just tuning in now, you're tuning in for the fourth game of our series. And this could be the last one. I really hope it isn't. I'm rooting for EGiNcontroL right now, guys. EGiNcontroL needs your love. Shout him out on Twitter at EGiNcontroL. You can go there and let him know that you want him to win. And if you want to get a signed t-shirt by EGiNcontroL, you can pop over to @DoomSC2's Twitter. Yes, that's me. And yes, if you follow me from now to the end of the broadcast and you live in the United States or Canada, I will ship you a t-shirt signed by EGiNcontroL. You heard it here. I will ship you a t-shirt signed by EGiNcontroL. And I'm rooting for EGiNcontroL. And speaking of EGiNcontroL, he spawned on the left-hand side of the map. Evil geniuses in control. So I have to make sure I give our player on the other side of the map equal time with his name from the team Complexity. It's coLqxc, 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 coLqxc. And I know you love my echo there. Okay, maybe not. Maybe you don't love my echo, but I love the fact that all you guys are tuned in to watch me cast StarCraft 2. I have no idea how I got so lucky to be able to do this, but if you guys like the cast, you know, let me know. Let me know in the chat right now. It's a great opportunity, and I'm just thankful for every day that I get to be broadcasting StarCraft 2. But I'm gonna go and upgrade my computer after this broadcast because I want to stream in 1080p next time. This lower quality stuff is for the birds, man. coLqxc gonna drop down a gas, so deviating ever so slightly from what he has done up to this point. We saw in the first game he went for that 1 racks expansion. Second game opted for 4 racks marine pressure. The last game he went for that 1 racks expand, and now he's going for 1 racks into refinery, so we'll see what he has in store. As I mentioned at the beginning of the broadcast, there is a tank build that you can do, which is circulating around, which I'd love to see, especially because Metropolis, you can get some infrastructure up here and pick them off with the tanks, but EGiNcontroL, switching it up. Nexus freaking first. Alright. Nexus first out of EGiNcontroL. And coLqxc's not going to scout him first. So coLqxc, yeah, he's going to get the losing end of this build order unless he has some quick early pressure started. You can drop down additional racks when you go for this early gas. And I wonder if he just wants to try to end it quickly. But EGiNcontrol's looking to play a macro game. And kudos. Kudos to you, EGiNcontrol. And we probably won't see any cheese. Nah, no cheese, no Gouda today. Both these players, highly respected in their communities. You can check EGiNcontroL out on shows such as Inside the Game. And I know he's on a lot of Evil Geniuses shows as well. coLqxc does sometimes call and say the game, but of course they are not broadcasting anymore until further notice. And I know they do a lot of content on the complexity side of things, so definitely check that out if you get a chance. There is the factory in the back. I wonder if this is going to be Banshees. He's getting the additional refinery, so it's possible. And with that Nexus first play, oh man, that SCV is going to sneak back in. Okay. coLqxc getting great scouting right now. In fact, even going to bring a Marine across the map and going for a quick bunker. And there are actually Marines in the natural coLqxc, or in EGiNcontroL. He's got to be so careful. Getting a Slate Surround off on those Marines. The Zealot is pushing things back. He needs to focus down that SCV, does EGiNcontroL, but there's so much action going on right now. It looks like he is focusing on driving those Marines back. If we can keep them out of the bunker, that'll be good. But this SCV needs to get taken out. And it does. It does get taken out. With this Stalker out, he will be in a great position. Now pulled a couple of SCVs. additional SCV actually pulling these probes out here, losing some mining time. And yes, it is going to be a starport. We are going to see a tech lab back here, so it is going to be Banshees out of QXC. And without the robotics facility, without the forge, this could literally just end the game. He is getting ramped up with his gas income, but these Marines are going to get pushed back. Easy peasy. The Stalker will take care of everything and preserve that Zealot. Yes, EGiNcontroL is going to preserve the Zealot. The bunker is going to complete. Oh, actually, the Zealot is going to go down. But will this Marine get in there? No! No! The Marine gets in! Oh, and this is terrible for EGiNcontroL. It's just one Marine, but I mean, the bunker is going to take so long to get down, and actually, he's just going to move out with it. No, he's going to move back in. Okay. Production tab going back up. I'll get that up for you guys there. The gas income is huge for QXC. We see him now with 400 gas, and yes, he's going straight away for the cloak with the Banshee. Will he wait for one? Will he go for two? Oh, EGiNcontroL, you're so smart. Going to take down that bunker easily. Will QXC salvage it, though? No, he is going to try, and he is just going to get that salvage there. So, sweet little micro tactic. QXC is a hugely micro-based player, but his macro is sick, and he's just picking the right build order right now. This Cloak Banshee is going to go largely unanswered because there's just going to be nothing to detect it. There's going to be nothing. And it's 3-0, and he wants that $100. Guys, QXC is hungry. And, oh, no! EGiNcontrol's going for 3 bases. Okay. EGiNcontrol's getting 3 bases. He needs a forge. He needs a robo. Forge. Robo. He's got them both. Alright, EGiNcontrol, you are still alive in this game. You will be alive. And if QXC sees your 3rd base, he's going to get delayed with these Banshees. You're going to be tipped off to his build, and you're going to be alright. I feel like I'm talking to him right now. I wish I was talking in his ear right now because I want to see more StarCraft. I know you guys want to see more StarCraft, and if you're rooting for EGiNcontroL, send him a tweet right now and say, you got this, man. You can do it.
Research complete.
He is going to see that a bunker is placed down, but he's not going to sneak forward to see that there is no command center, and QXC now does have knowledge of that 3rd base, but QXC is such a smart player. He's going to pop over into the natural, and he's going to start focusing down probes immediately. Going to the unit count station, there are 4 Stalkers, there are 2 sentries, and Cloak is done. Now, EGiNcontroL is seeing the fact that, oh no, Banshees are here, and I don't know what he's got to do. He's got to drop a cannon down. We need to see a cannon out of EGiNcontroL. 1 Banshee, 2 Banshee. Oh, they can start focus firing down Marines. He is going to chrono boost out this Observer. The Observer is going to come out just in the nick of time. He has not lost that many workers right now. 10 actually have gone down, but some of those are from the beginning, and he is going to focus down gas. QXC, why are you so smart, man? Okay, driving the Banshees out there. What a fantastic turn of events here for EGiNcontroL. He's got 3 bases up. QXC doesn't have his natural mining yet, so he's been in a huge income advantage. But even Harvesters, now tipped off to the Banshee tech of QXC, and man, he's just continuing to make Banshees here. 3 currently out on the map, and it gets to a tipping point with Banshees if you get enough out for the Terran. It does look like he wants to move into some bio to follow this up. Now getting stim and slightly supply blocked. So this does look like a little bit of an improv out of QXC here. I wonder if this was planned, if he said, okay, if I go up 3-0, I'm going to do that. But now opting even for the double engineering bay as well. He has so much gas that he can do this, and yeah, I mean, he's going to continue to poke around with these Banshees. He did get a huge scout off there, knowing exactly what EGiNcontroL has in his base, and knowing that this 3rd is most likely going to be vulnerable, because why would you put the Observer over there? Oh man, even picking off probes on the map with the Banshees, being so cost efficient with them right now, and this 3rd base is not going to get any mining, and that advantage for EGiNcontroL is no longer an advantage. Now just dead minerals sitting on the bottom of the map here. Going for the Immortals, which can do decent against the Marauder-centric play. But it does look like QXC wants Marines with the reactors here. And dropping down that additional 3rd base, so knowing the fact that he needs to get that up does QXC. And just pretty much moving around everywhere. EGiNcontroL is prepared with these Stalkers in the main if they do come through. And, man, he's got an Observer down here as well, so We'll see what exactly happens here. That's a lot of Banshees. 3 Banshees. They will be able to focus down that pylon. Not going to be able to deter that warp in, but he is going to supply block EGiNcontroL here. And EGiNcontroL, once again, going for the robotics bay play. I would love to see a Warp Prism. I'd love to see a Warp Prism because if he drops into the mineral line here, coLqxc's basically gone unchecked this entire series. And that's a problem for EGiNcontroL, especially when we look at the unit counting station here is on even SCVs, and now with that 3rd command center able to drop down mules. And the income is just reflected in that. And picking up these pylons around the base is gotta be so annoying for EGiNcontroL. He is gonna get down 1 Banshee, so a small victory there. But coLqxc is moving out on the map with a bio, a huge, actually not a huge bioforce, but a large enough bioforce for EGiNcontroL to be a little bit worried. And I don't know if he's seen it. He hasn't seen anything from coLqxc yet. Anything at all from coLqxc, and that is a problem in and of itself. He is taking down Banshees in the back of the base, but he needs to be so careful here. Was picking off probes as well. If we look at the workers killed, it is 19 workers killed in total. At the army to worker distribution here, it does look like both armies are relatively even. Or actually, EGiNcontroL has a larger army, so with this split here, he needs to see what he can do. Needs some force fields, perhaps. Just getting a couple of good force fields off there. Oh man, those immortals need to be so careful. One does get focused down, but it does look like he is going to be able to easily push this back. And EGiNcontrol's getting a couple of probes down here to 3rd base. coLqxc has just dropped 1 mule down, not really getting too much ramped up there. In the main base there, he does add on additional barracks, which are going to come so much in handy here. EGiNcontrol still only sitting on 4 warp gates, which could be a problem. Coming up. Now getting his first Colossus. We're going to have to see what happens. EGiNcontrol does have the supply lead. Does have a forward pylon coming out here. But we don't see any pressure on any of coLqxc's bases. His 3rd base is going to start mining. His natural has been mining fine. The main has been mining well the entire time. And just a slight supply block here from coLqxc. So EGiNcontrol can take somewhat advantage of it. But oh man, did you see that little pop there? So many units in person for our Terran player, now getting his +2/+2 at roughly the same time that the Protoss player is going for his +2 attack. Not opting to get that +2 shields or +2 defense or armor. But EGiNcontrol now posturing out on the map, retaining map control. Definitely wants what he wants to do, but he wants to get an observer into the base here, just to be certain, just to be sure what exactly coLqxc is doing. He has bought enough time to start the Templar archives. If he can get Storm up, he will still be in this game. Come on, EGiNcontrol, you can do it, man. You can get this. coLqxc has not opted for any Ghost Academy just quite yet. He is going into Viking production though now with a Viking and 2 Banshees on the field. You want to sometimes opt for the Vikings rather than the Banshees in versus a matchup with Colossus involving matchups against Colossus, because the Vikings range is so efficient. And alright, he is chrono boosting out that ground armor +2, and it will perhaps catch up with the chrono boost. We'll have to wait and see. That probe has been taken out. EGiNcontrol is warping in up over here, and it looks like he does want to put on some pressure. Will coLqxc see it? Okay, he does see it and did stim his unit, so he should be conscious of the fact that EGiNcontrol's army is over there. He is set up at his 3rd base currently, but I don't know, man. If EGiNcontrol moved in there, I think he could take this out, especially considering coLqxc is going to be at the bottom of a ramp, but it could turn bad for EGiNcontrol. Instead, he is going to back up, which I do like this decision, going for his 4th base, and he's going to get Storm. If he can get that Storm, he is going to be able to shred this bio. Shred it so hard. +2/+2 is completed, and +1 ship weapons is on the way as well for coLqxc. The first observer is moving over here for EGiNcontrol, and he's definitely, you know, a little worried about there maybe being, you know, some missile turrets over here that can detect him. Did come in and spot the 3rd base, knows that the 4th is not done for the Terran player here, so EGiNcontrol making great decisions in this game. And when he gets this scout on the main, he'll know exactly what the position that coLqxc and coLqxc did finish that Ghost Command. Is now going down for the Mobius reactor. And man, lots of action, lots of action. There's the Warp Prism. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, if EGiNcontrol can utilize that warp prism effectively and hold the engagements in the middle, he should be alright. I love the fact that he's transitioning out of the Colossus play. Only made 2 Colossus. He has forced 10 Vikings out of his opponent. So those 10 Vikings are going to kill those Colossus so fast. And EGiNcontrol, you need to wait for Storm, man. I know he's got Templar over here, and they do have Storms available, and if he gets caught out on the map, there could be some repercussions for that. coLqxc has dropped the 4th, and he is making a planetary. Fantastic decision there from him, but he does see that the composition... Okay, getting the scan out there. coLqxc knows exactly the composition of EGiNcontrol's army. It does look like this is the moment he wants to attack. +3/+3 is on the way, so he could be at a slight disadvantage there with EGiNcontrol's +3 way far ahead right now. And where is that War Prism? I want to know where that War Prism is, because if that gets into the main, 3 repercussions. Observer is going to go down. And where's that? There it is. Okay, there's the War Prism. Man, coLqxc is moving out on the map. He's being so bold. He doesn't know where the army is for EGiNcontrol, but I think he feels confident enough to engage it right now. And an engagement could very well happen. It is... No. Not yet. Not quite. Wow, that's a lot of High Templar. And that's a lot of Storms. And if he can get the Storms off that he needs, he'll be okay. He'll be fine. +3 is going to finish for EGiNcontrol in time here before coLqxc's, and I think that's what coLqxc is waiting for. He's most likely going to be waiting for that +3/+3 because he knows at that point, okay, there's no advantage my opponent can have over me when I have +3/+3. I can go in there and I can feel super confident. Graviton boosters is going to go down, and that will be beneficial if you could get the War Prism out there. And I don't know if that's War Prism or if that's Observer Speed. I'm pretty sure it is. Okay, it's definitely Observer Speed because those Observers are going so quick right now. And coLqxc's +3/+3 is so close, nearing so much, so close to completion. And wow, what a great blink forward there from EGiNcontrol. He's got to be so careful. Okay, is going to retain those units fine. Wow, coLqxc did want to try to get an EMP off to kill some of these High Templars' energy. And with that killing of the energy, there will be no Storms. And with no Storms, he's in a much better position than he is with Storms hitting him. Storms are so annoying to deal with as a Terran player, and your micro has to be so good. EGiNcontrol knows exactly where coLqxc's armor right now. He knows exactly that the 4th base has gone up now, and a 5th is in position, and EGiNcontrol is responding to that by taking a 5th of his own. And okay, we do see a slight little Storm there going down, and a Great Storm going to take down another Ghost there. So, for the cost of a snipe, okay, coLqxc is definitely a snipe player rather than an EMP player. He knows that if he can eliminate the High Templar from the field, there would be no Archons that'll come out from there. And, man, this is such a crucial little engagement. If EGiNcontrol can get a Storm off with this High Templar, okay, he is going to get a Storm off, and the Ghosts are running right into it, so getting a little bit of damage off there, weakening the medevac energy. There are only 4 medevacs for coLqxc, so he's got to be careful. The storms do a lot of damage, and there are still Colossus out on the field. The Vikings have not erased them from the field yet, and with this 14 Vikings on the map, that's not exactly where coLqxc wants his army right now, but is transitioning into a heavy Ghost play. More barracks with more tech labs going down for him as well, so he will get that heavy Ghost composition. And with that heavy Ghost composition, man, we've seen this from players like Beyond, also known as Ghost King Prime, where if you can just get a lot of Ghosts out, you can really do tons of damage with EMP to your opponent. The impact of EMP is greatly felt when it's in mass and when basically free. I mean, okay, double drops here from coLqxc. So he's pretty much had enough. He is going to try to spread the army out of EGiNcontrol, which is exactly what he needs to do. You don't want to fight the Protoss Death Ball all as one because it's just got such high damage output. Little Storm here, slightly missing. He is going to stem forward and do his best to take down this Forge, and oh my goodness, the +3 didn't finish, and High Templar are getting killed without firing off Storms. The Banshee did get feedback, but oh, with this drop over here, let's see if coLqxc can get any damage down. He is probably going to be focusing down probes. No, he's going to focus down their refinery. Okay. Focusing down the refinery, limiting the gas production of your opponent. He knows this probably isn't going to do much, and he's probably trying to trade supply right now for more Ghosts. If he can trade for more Ghosts, he can get that critical mass, and when you have a critical mass of Ghosts, your opponent's in a pretty crappy position. +3/+3 has finished, so those aren't going to get any better for him. Now EGiNcontrol is opting for that +2 shields, and if he can get, oh man, if he needs to get another Forge up and get that +3 armor back up there, it was so close, seconds away from finishing. Now not even in production, and coLqxc's getting a couple of starports with tech labs, so interesting decision here. He's got so many command centers now, even dropping down planetary fortresses to pinch off the choke points of each player. And man, what a 4th game we've got here, guys. Tell all your friends. Tell everyone you know, man, this show match is heating up. We're in the 4th game, and EGiNcontrol's on the ropes right now. We've got split map on Metropolis, and we do see this happen a lot. Blizzard, why did you remove this from the map pool? These are the games that the fans want to see. These are the games that I love to see, and this is where we get to see what each player has in terms of control and coLqxc. You guys can see the production tab right now. It's going for something crazy. 1,200 viewers right now, guys. You are awesome. You are awesome. 1,200 viewers right now tuning in. Thank you so much. And shout out to everyone in the chat. And you guys don't get to say bad things about people in the chat. Let's keep it positive. Let's keep it friendly. This is StarCraft. We are a community. And man, coLqxc, I'm not shocked it's going crazy. You've got like so many units out right now. And shout out right now to the people bringing on this Showmatch, gamersabyss.com and SE2 links. A little lull in the action, so why not plug the sponsors? These are the guys bringing us this action, and you know, the other guys bringing us the action are the players involved with this, at EGiNcontroL on Twitter, at coLqxc on Twitter as well. Go ahead and follow those guys. They've got a ton of followers already with good reason. They're both pretty active out there. And yeah, we're just waiting on coLqxc to try and fix things. Saying whoa. Saying whoa. And we aren't going to regame. In fact, we are going to jump right back in. And guys, if you do follow me on Twitter at DoomSE2, you can be in the running for a signed EGiNcontroL t-shirt. Yes, I will ship it to you if you live in the United States or Canada, and you will get it at home. Now coLqxc and EGiNcontroL are going to get an engagement. We're going to see him take down this planetary fortress with ease. What kind of storm action are we going to see here? Tight little funnel point. We see huge EMPs going down. The Vikings should shred the Colossus almost immediately, but EGiNcontroL is pushing coLqxc back here. He is going to engage into the third, but EGiNcontroL needs to be so careful now. Maybe an overextension. EGiNcontroL, you need to just back up a little bit. coLqxc has so many units over here. We do see the rewarping 4 Colossus at a time for EGiNcontroL right now. This game is getting so out of hand now. Battle cruisers in production for coLqxc as well. A warp in at the top here. Nothing but DTs. What is he going to do? Focus down the planetary, EGiNcontroL. Focus down that planetary as hard as you can, and boom! Income is going to be reduced for coLqxc. He has so many command centers that it doesn't actually matter because he can float them over, but that is going to delay him ever so slightly. In fact, when we move the other one over right now, a scan is going to go down for coLqxc. EGiNcontroL posturing up with the 6 base over here. Guys, the action is picking up so intense right now. So many warp gates for EGiNcontroL. All right, there's the solution to the macro problems before. Now he'll have no problem warping units, and in fact, going for 2 warp prisms at once. Both players' hearts must be racing at this point in the game. coLqxc has these sensor towers placed in such a strategic position. He knows that EGiNcontroL has taken this base, but what can he do about it? Where is his army? It's kind of in piecemeal right now. Looking at the supplies right now, 182, 152 at the production tab as well. There are 3 battle cruisers in production. EGiNcontroL moving up to +3 shields. Did he realize that his +2 armor never finished? And no. Oh my gosh, I don't know if he actually knows that happened, but we are going to see more warpins over here, and deterred once again. But coLqxc with all these mules, his income is off the chain right now. Well, actually, no, it's not. EGiNcontrol's actually killed a lot of SCVs at this point, and he has switched in the Colossus production, but Colossus do not help against battle cruisers now with 5 battle cruisers on the field. We don't see Yamato Cannon done yet, but EGiNcontroL himself is going to pop up another Stargate into the field, warping that in from our, and if he can alleviate, okay, he is going to get blinked under this battle cruiser, and the battle cruiser now has +3 upgrades for attack, and that's not what you want to see at this point as the Protoss player, but he is going to erase that. Oh, what a fantastic idea now, feedbacking, but did you see those snipes? So quick from coLqxc. coLqxc has such fantastic micro. I'm gonna say it throughout the whole broadcast. I don't even care, man. He's such a micro base player, and we can see exactly why. But these DTs were warped in, and he is just gonna shred all these Marines there. So EGiNcontroL doing his best to deter coLqxc from expanding his bases in this matchup. And with him having this base down, I'd love to see a probe transfer. Oh man, yes, okay, he has been balancing his probes well all over the map, and he does know what the composition for coLqxc is. Man, this is reminding me a lot of the MVP versus Squirtle matchup that we saw in the GSL, and will we see a mothership out of here? We do see the Stargate going down here, but I don't see a, what is Okay, going right for it. The fleet beacon. We don't see the fleet beacon down, so I don't think he's going to be able to get a mothership down. But each player is very well managing their income and their economy, and their macro looks great, and the upgrades are great, and this is StarCraft. This is StarCraft 2. This is what we live to see as the fans, and man, huge plays here. But we are calming down. This is pretty much the focal point for coLqxc at this point, or for coLqxc and EGiNcontroL right now. Been working in an Archon over here, didn't really get to do much, and just microing back. So small little skirmishes going around the map. The DT is going to come over here and focus on that orbital command. If he can at least just force it to lift up, then they'll stop the mining a little bit. But oh man, coLqxc, don't target your command center, coLqxc. Don't target your command center, coLqxc. Oh my gosh, he needs to get an SCV over here as soon as possible, but it's gonna burn down. Oh man. Oh my gosh, that was so brutal. And now with even Stalkers popping in here, EGiNcontrol's just leveraging this position. He says, as long as I can keep you off of this base, man, I'm gonna have better income than you. And if you look at that, he has so much better income right now. coLqxc is mined out at his third, is mined out at his natural, and mined out in the main. This is the only base that's mining for him, and even that is getting mined out. So, I mean, he's got the orbital commands, he's got the planetary fortresses out here, he's got a great army, but he just, EGiNcontrol, man, War Prism tactics. Keep on keeping on with it. It's definitely going to be beneficial to him in the game, but he has so much supply in these Colossus. I'm worried for him, man. And he doesn't get that +3 armor. He has not restarted at coLqxc. Man, that might come back to save you now. Oh, look at all these battle cruisers. If we look at the anti-air for EGiNcontrol, he has the High Templar, he has the Stalkers. If he is able to get feedbacks down on these battle cruisers, if you look there, he can at least knock off almost 200 health from them, so that's going to definitely be beneficial. But with 550 HP, those battle cruisers are going to last forever. Oh my gosh. I'm getting some pretty sick nerd chills right now, because this is so much better than the first 3 games that we saw. If you guys are just tuning in, we are in the 4th game of this series. coLqxc is up 3-0 right now, and the little drop over here is going to do some damage to that Nexus. But with this Nexus over here mining as well, man, EGiNcontrol, you're looking great, dude. You're looking fantastic. Got a nice little bank. Has so many warp gates up. In fact, adding on more gateways right now. It's exactly what he needs to do. With that rewarp in, the Protoss can pretty much just trade with his opponent, come back in with another round of units, and dominate from there. I'm curious to see what he's going to do with these Stargates. Very curious to see what he's going to do with Stargates. Is it going to be carriers? Is it going to be carriers? Oh, and they're just getting that +3, so EGiNcontrol probably like, what the? What in the name of what's happened there? And now coLqxc is going to see, oh man, my opponent has taken the entire other side of the map. He knows, but I don't know if he cares. There is the fleet beacon going down. There is the behemoth reactor as well. coLqxc keeping with the battle cruisers. What does he know that we don't know? Is this the composition that's going to win? MVP said in practice he doesn't lose with the battle cruiser heavy composition, but if we go to the ghost count for coLqxc, 6 ghosts as well, and they're probably going to be a full energy because we have not seen an engagement too often. I'd love to see some nuke play, but I don't know if that's even possible with all these cannons over here. This is very late game, supreme late game TVP. Metropolis does get this out of players, and if you didn't know, Blizzard removed it from the map pool. A little tear just fell from my eye. I know the camera isn't on me right now, but a little tear did fall. And Mothership being chrono boosted even. Okay, if he can land a vortex on all these units and drop some Archons into the toilet, it can be super effective. But we don't see any Archons for coLqxc or for EGiNcontrol, and he's definitely gonna want them. Wow, coLqxc's like, man, you are not gonna drop me anymore. Shutting both of those down. Planetaries in the middle of the map, both players banking up a ton of minerals, a ton of gas, and I think EGiNcontrol's in the slightly better position if you take into consideration the warp gate mechanic. He definitely wants to use the warp prisms to go ahead and drop on his opponent, but without being able to do so, he's kind of stuck with the composition that he has right now, which, you know, I don't know if he really wants those Zealots in there. Zealots can be great against Bile, but the Zealots aren't going to do anything against the battle cruisers. And the Colossus aren't going to be able to do anything against battle cruisers. But he's reaching 10k minerals right now, sitting on an almost max supply. If he can get some carriers up, those can be effective. I'm wondering if Void Rays might be a better solution now, but look at all these Vikings, look at all these battle cruisers. The Ghosts are going to have free reign with the EMPs. Do we see a nuke done for coLqxc? No, nuke is not done for coLqxc, so no potential for nukes at this point yet. And I don't really know what EGiNcontrol's plans are. If he can just mine out these two main bases here, coLqxc is just pretty much stuck to this right now. He's got nothing else to mine from. And it looks like his hand might be forced. I definitely think his hand forced. Now with only 440 minerals at once, it's going to be Yamato Cannon. Those cannons out. Yamato Cannon taking out the cannons, attacking the Brethren. And does EGiNcontrol just need to trade this army? You know, I think he does actually need to trade this army because he doesn't have the composition to take down what coLqxc has. Not even close. You know, both players have played so awesome up to this point, and you know, this is just a testament to their skill because most people don't ever see this game in their StarCraft 2. This is such a treat for everyone right now, and yeah, looks like some EMPs went down on that army. So I don't know if he definitely doesn't want to trade that army here. If he can move up to the 4th, he should be able to take out maybe trade a base for it, maybe pull coLqxc's army back so he has some time to warp in new stuff. But sitting on this composition, I mean, the longer that EGiNcontrol sits on this composition, the more of a disadvantage he's going to be. Now with the Vikings moving forward, the Colossus are just going to get shredded. And without Colossus, the rest of the army is going to get shredded. He does blink under, but there's just so many units here. We see the immediate void rates. Immediate void rate pops, so the void rates is going to be the weapon of choice here for EGiNcontrol. The mothership should be out. Man, where is the mothership? Where is that mama ship? Where is that mama ship? There is that mama ship now with the cloak. Okay, so coLqxc. Alright. coLqxc's gonna opt to take out this base over here, EGiNcontrol, with the huge Zealot Warp in. And with all those minerals, this is a fantastic move. This is what we're talking about. If he can get coLqxc's armies to run back to the base, he will be at such a great advantage here. He doesn't have an observer in this area. He does have one over here, so if he can bring that over, you can see these cloak ghosts. But, you know, the ghosts are gonna uncloak. He is gonna take down that planetary fortress, but how long will these Zealots survive? How much damage can they do? Not a whole lot. He is going to continue. Alright. Alright, opting this time for the DT. So saying, alright man, you want to mess around with the cloak units? Let's do it. Let's go cloak versus cloak. But without detection, for the Protoss players, it's going to be in trouble. And, you know, I mean, this needs to be a new point of contention for coLqxc, or for EGiNcontrol, but coLqxc locked this down with the turrets. With the turrets there, he can't get the War Prisms in, he can't be as effective with the harass. The DTs are going to make their way over here, but they'll be actually, they're not going to be met by anything. And with this transfer of SCVs, this could be bad for coLqxc. There's no army in this position, and he has been pulled back. So EGiNcontrol is buying the time. He is going to buy the time. He is rallying over here. He does have a bunch of Void Rays. Let's look at the upgrades for the Void Rays. He does have +3 Plasma Shields there, but beyond that, for the air upgrades, not a whole lot working for EGiNcontrol. He does have that income that he has been leveraging the entire game. These Zealots are pretty much fighting to their death right now. If he did decouple in the main, he would be able to spread out coLqxc even further. And I mean, he has mined away at these bases some, but there's a lot more there available, and coLqxc just wants to steadily take these bases. Such patient play coming from both players. In fact, another fusion core. So the fusion core must have been taken out for coLqxc, and I love this decision to take out the turrets here from EGiNcontrol. If he can get all these turrets down in the back, he can get his War Prism back in there, which was so effective for him earlier in the game. More DTs from EGiNcontrol, persistent with his DT action, but, you know, just buying the time right now is all he needs to do. Is all he needs to do. Hiding this mothership is going to have full energy on that, and needs to watch that doesn't get EMP'd. If you look at the Union Cannon Station now, coLqxc, 14 ghosts. So, Ghost, Battlecruiser, Viking. Alright guys. Ghost Battlecruiser Viking. Again with the Yamato cannon, or with the fusion core going down there, coLqxc's Battlecruiser production will be limited. So cute little move there from EGiNcontrol. Now going to drop down even more cannons over here. He's retained this base again. I'd love to see him transfer as many probes as possible, and just that's what he's doing. Okay, if he can get the mining going there, he will be alright. He has not transferred a huge amount of probes over to this base. And if you look at each base, I mean, he has been moving them around the map. 73 probes are out there somewhere. A majority of them are over here, but coLqxc is going to posture. And with, oh my goodness, 19 battlecruisers? 19 battlecruisers? Man, the feedbacks are slightly effective, but they're not that effective against me. It's going to knock off a couple of amount of cannons, but they're basically just one-shotting cannons at this point. If we look at their upgrades, +3 for him, now doing, oh my goodness, so much damage compounded at once. And okay, +2/+2 air weapons is going to go down for EGiNcontroL. EGiNcontroL did knock out these turrets in the back of the base, so I'd love to see that War Prism play come back into effect, but there isn't a War Prism on the field right now. 195 supply for the Protoss player to the 198 of the Terran player. Non-stop action for the past 45 minutes, guys, girls, whoever's tuning in. This is so crazy. We're going to see how the Void Rays fare. Now, Void Rays are often referred to as the glass chandeliers of StarCraft, but, you know, I'm wondering how effective they're going to be with that mothership. coLqxc now does get a spot off exactly what the composition is, and Void Rays can be super effective against battlecruisers, especially if they get charged up. But we'll see if they have enough time to get charged up on a battlecruiser. This many Void Rays can focus down stuff so quick, and I think if he beelines it for the top here with this all-air Protoss army, this is going to be crazy to see, man. This is like watching almost. This is even farther than the late game. I'm at a loss for words because we just don't get to see this very often. But oh, the mothership gets completely EMP'd. No vortexes for you, no recall for you, no nothing, no cloak. And now, oh my goodness, did you see the EMPs on those Void Rays? That is the advantage of Ghost, ladies and gentlemen. And look at the Yamato cannons going down. So much carnage there. The Void Rays melt immediately, and those +2 air weapons are not going to have any effect on this battle. A couple of feedbacks going to do on those battlecruisers, but look how beefy they are with that +3/+3. Oh my gosh. Jeez. Holy crap, man. What can the Protoss do in this situation? EGiNcontrol's got to be banging his head up against the wall right now. I mean, nothing is able to go his way right now. These battlecruisers, these cattle bruisers are just too sick. And, I mean, the Warpins are okay. He's prevented coLqxc from mining anything right now, but this might be the perfect army for coLqxc. This may be exactly what he wants. He doesn't have the Ghosts anymore, so that is going to affect him in the slight bit, but just being able to Yamato cannon down this Nexus, dropping the income of EGiNcontroL to 300. If we look at his what was 4th base, it is now not mining at all. The Zealots are being wasted on the Planetary Fortress, and he is going to move in. And a base trade right now would be won by the Terran player because, man, he's got flying buildings, he's got flying units. EGiNcontroL just doesn't have the anti-air that he needs to take this out. This is not a good position for him at all. And guys, I don't know what to tell you, man. He needs carriers, I guess. Carriers, Vortex, Archons, Storm, maybe even then that could work. The upgrades were not the best for the air units, but EMP just took down everything in this game. EMP was the deciding factor that basically said, nah, you know, Protoss, your shields, that's your vulnerability point. We're the Terran. We're going to take advantage of it as much as we can, and coLqxc now is going to take advantage of the fact that EGiNcontroL doesn't really have an army. 170 supply to 92 supply here. 7 Stalkers, 7 Void Rays in production, or on the field for EGiNcontroL. He's going to desperately try to warp in more, but coLqxc is even making Marines at this point now, maybe opting even to just go for the drop play. And man, we're looking at this. This could be the last battle for coLqxc. If he can't clean this up, or it's going to be the last battle for EGiNcontroL. If he can't clean this up, that's going to be it. And with no detection out here, with the battlecruisers in his base, with the Viking play all over the map, there's just no more options. This is going to be it. He's got some Void Rays back here, but that's just never going to take this down. Never. Not in a million years. I wouldn't lie to you guys. There's no production for anyone on the field. There's no income for anyone on the field. We're about as late game as you get because I don't think coLqxc is going to waste the time to take these 2 bases. He is going to try to come back here, and what a cute little play dropping or landing the Viking, but I don't know. I think this is it. I know EGiNcontroL doesn't want to leave. I don't blame him. This is the last chance, last opportunity. This is for $100, guys, and this is your last chance to follow Doom SC2 on Twitter to win an EGiNcontroL t-shirt. Things aren't looking good for him, but things could be looking better for you. And man, he gave it his best. We saw some great plays out of both players here. The focal point from here in the matchup was going great for EGiNcontroL, but he wasn't able to really get to the infrastructure of coLqxc. And with that huge infrastructure, he was just able to macro up and opting for the all-air army. I mean, now dropping mules over here. coLqxc has an income again, and this looks like it could be it. This looks like it could be it in the game. EGiNcontroL has not been able to advance his supply very far. He is going to maybe desperately see what he can do, giving everyone a show, the last final hurrah, even throwing the observers into the mix here. Let's see exactly what he sees. Oh man, QXC now even Yamato cannoning individual units. This could be the last battle, ladies and gentlemen. Coming down to the end. Yamato cannon's going down, and GG comes out of EGiNcontroL. And ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be the series. A 4-0 coming from QXC. A lot of people predicted this in the Team Liquid threads on Reddit. And yeah, I mean, congratulations to the Complexity Terran, QXC, for showing us why he's the bandana Terran, why he's all killed LGIM, why he's, you know, one of the more prominent Terran players on the US scene. And with Heart of the Swarm coming up, we're going to see a lot of opportunities for each player to advance their play. I mean, both of these guys do stream a lot very often. You can follow each of them on Twitter at coLqxc and at EGiNcontroL. Both are fantastic guys, hilarious guys. They're very active in the community, and they're you know, great StarCraft 2 players. As we can see, that fourth game was so awesome. QXC showing us you know, where you can take the TVP matchup in all different places, giving us a great variety of builds. Some more macro-oriented, some more micro-oriented. He just got the better of the build order every time. EGiNcontroL opting for those Colossus-based plays, which we've seen a lot from him in the past against Terran. But, you know, his Warp Prism play at the fourth game there was spectacular. Was able to deter QXC for very long. And, you know, once again, congratulations to QXC. Taking it down 4-0 and winning $100 for himself. I wonder what he's going to purchase with that. You never know. Could be... He probably doesn't do a whole lot of driving. Could go into the bank. Could go towards some more events that he's going to be traveling to. It could just be good spending money. You can definitely buy a lot of beers and tacos with that. So something to take into consideration. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I'd like to mention our core sponsors once again for putting on this show match. This will certainly not be the last show match that you see out of these sponsors, because they're working hard every day to bring you fantastic original StarCraft 2 content. The main title sponsor for this is GamersAbyss.com. They are a competitive StarCraft 2 team. They're competing in things such as the IPTL and the Zeek.TV Pro League. They have a roster right now. I believe their roster has been finalized, but if you are looking to play competitive StarCraft, you want to play competitive StarCraft, check out their website. Check out Gamers Space Abyss channel on Battle.net to hang out with the players. You can go there right now, because I know there's at least 20 people in that chat looking for a game, looking to play. These guys have played against teams such as Fnatic before, so they get great experience. And if playing competitive StarCraft 2 is something you're interested in, but you don't know if you want to pull the trigger on it, go for it. I can't give you better advice than to just go for it, man. And Gamers Abyss is a great opportunity to do it. They're accepting people from Bronze to Masters. I can't say if you're Bronze that you're going to get an opportunity to play on their competitive team, but if you're a Masters player and you got pretty good chops and you want to test yourself, go to their channel, Gamers Space Abyss, or go to their website, GamersAbyss.com, and register on their forums. They have applications that you can fill out. But beyond applications and beyond competitive gaming, it also is a community resource website. So there's people talking about not just StarCraft, but a whole variety of different games. So if you're into console games, if you're into PC games, if you're into just discussing things with people on the internet on forums, if that's your thing, hop on over there. I mean, they would definitely appreciate the traffic, and they definitely deserve the traffic, because they've been working hard to improve the website, to put on things like this show match, getting great players such as QXC and EGiNcontroL to play. Just really impressed with those guys, really impressed with the way that they've been able to manage everything and put everything together. Huge shout out to Thor, who did manage this whole event and organize everything. And he is the esports manager for Gamers Abyss. That's Thor. You can follow him at Twitter, ThorSC2. Thor, go ahead and plug your channel, or plug your Twitter out there in the chat channel. Great guy. And if you want to stay tuned for more Gamers Abyss action, you can actually follow them at Gamers Abyss on Twitter as well. And yeah, I mean, I can't say enough good things about those guys. If you guys are looking to just play some games, man, that's the place to go. Shout out to one of their headliner players, Kudoku. If you're not familiar with his play, he is a fantastic Zerg player, really up-and-coming player. Was able to reverse all-kill a team, and yeah, just a bunch of great guys over there. The other sponsor for this event is SCToolings.com, which is a website that I own, and I do my best to keep it up to date. It's up to date very frequently. We have the GSL VODs up within hours of them being posted. Every MLG event is posted as soon as the VODs come out. We follow a host of smaller events as well, smaller major events as well, such as Home Story, DreamHack. I wouldn't call DreamHack too small anymore. They're pretty huge. You can check out events like EGiNcontroL VODs on there. Pop over to sctlinks.com and you can find VODs from your favorite player. So if you wanted to look up VODs of EGiNcontroL or coLqxc, you can literally go to the players page, hit Q or I, and you'll find them. You could even type their player names into the search, coLqxc or EGiNcontroL, and you'll find VODs from the major tournaments of them. And yeah, if you want to look up for more StarCraft and see exactly what everyone's doing, I mean, we've got everything. A featured section for players that are really hot right now. They're doing some really great builds and doing a lot of really innovative play. We've got a blog over there now, which is a lot of original content talking about StarCraft 2 things in the community. Not the most controversial thing in the world, but I like to author the articles, and if you guys are interested in doing conversation, there is no comment section, but I do like to try to talk to people through Twitter on there. And there's so much to do on sctlinks.com and gamersabyss.com, and there's so much more to come from both of these great websites. And I believe the next show match is probably going to be coLqxc versus LZ Gamer, because if you didn't catch the previous show match, it was LZ Gamer versus Quantic Hash. You can go to the YouTube channel, youtube.com/sctlinks, to find VODs of that. And if you guys like the way I casted it, man, at DoomSC2 on Twitter. I love getting the followers. I love hearing what you guys have to say. I saw there was a lot of chat action out there, and man, I had a blast. I'm kind of sad that it ended in a 4-0, but I'm not shocked that it happened. EGiNcontroL said he was struggling in the matchup, and with the Heart of the Swarm coming out, we'll see how motivated some players are to continue practicing Wins Liberty. I'm not saying that he's not motivated, but if you're struggling in certain matchups, things are going to change in the next couple of months, guys. If you aren't following Heart of the Swarm yet, there are tons of players streaming that stuff, and it's coming. It's on the way. And if you didn't get a beta key, don't worry. I'm in the same boat. I didn't get a beta key either. I'm waiting for it. Definitely waiting for it. But thanks once again for tuning in. I don't want to leave. I don't want to leave. I hope the quality was okay. We're definitely going to go to the drawing board, get the computer beefed up. I got a new house I'm moving into, so I should have a dedicated studio for everything StarCraft 2. So I'll have the backdrop working a little bit better, and maybe we'll get a banner up. And yeah, guys, just I can't express the appreciation enough for tuning in. And if you guys like what you see, follow on Twitch, follow on Twitter. I'll run through all the Twitters once again, at EGiNcontroL, at coLqxc, at GamersAbyss, and at SC2Links. Show them some love. And if you're not on Twitter yet, you should get on there, because all of your favorite StarCraft 2 personalities are tweeting about stuff every day. Every single day. And you can stay on top of the community. If you're not into it, that's cool. You will be soon. Twitter is the next big thing, and it's what's driving esports into the mainstream. But regardless, I believe it is time to go. If you guys want to catch the VODs of this, if you miss any of the earlier games, you can go to youtube.com/sctlinks. I'll do my best to have the VODs up tonight for all you chopped up. But other than that, this will cut off the registration period for the EGiNcontroL t-shirt. You know what? If you follow me for the rest of the night, I will keep you in the running for the t-shirt. Again, you have to live in the United States or Canada, because international shipping is really ridiculous. But yeah, if you follow me at DoomSC2, you get in the running for a signed EGiNcontroL t-shirt. You didn't win tonight, but we live to fight another day. We live to play more StarCraft. Guys, once again, thanks to GamersAbyss.com and SC2Links for sponsoring this show match. Stay tuned for more action. There will be more original StarCraft 2 content coming your way in the coming weeks, in the coming months. And yeah, watch out, man. Watch out. It is going to get awesome. It is going to get so awesome. And if we get a beta key next time, maybe we'll try to rock some beta games. I don't know. Wings of Liberty seems to be the standard at this point. But you never know what could happen. Just like you never know what happens in life. Guys, thanks for the positivity in the chat. And I'm monologuing. I'll stop monologuing. I'll let you guys get to the rest of your Saturday nights. And have a beer or three, enjoy yourselves, stay positive, guys, and I hope that you enjoyed the broadcast. We will have more in the future, like I said. But for now, this is Doom, signing off. Peace!